Okay, here we are cooking with Frosty Q. I'm in my wife's little apron here, all dainty. I don't have one. I wanted one for Father's Day, didn't get one. So, I'm going to go on strike right after I do this. I thought I would clean a pork roast and show you how that's done. Okay, here's a pork roast. And down here at Moore's, this was $1.77 a pound. And I'll tell you, I'm really proud of this little store we got down here. You can't, even Wally World can't do a better job than these people do. So, $1.77 a pound. Buy it like this, save yourself lots of money, especially right now when the Bidenomics, Bozonomics have crippled us in our food supply and cost. We can't hardly afford to live anymore. Well, I'm going to show you how to clean a roast and what you can do with it. $1.77 a pound, you can't beat that. But we've got to pull this fat cap off. You don't have to, but I do. I pull that fat cap off, and there's several different ways to do that. First, have good sharp knives, and get it down to a manageable size. And now you can see that fat cap in there, I think. You can definitely see that fat cap now. Now we can take that fat cap off just like it sits, like this, and just get a nice, this is my knife that I use to do that. And this is really kind of a professional way to do it. This is a lot more difficult to do than the other method I'm going to show you. And I'm just going to start this for you this way. This is the way I do it most of the time. And you just cut in there and cut that silver skin off and cut that fat away from the meat. And then work your way down. As you see, we don't have much meat on there at all. We've split it right out that silver skin and kept all the meat right here. We don't want to waste that meat. That's the professional way to do it. The easiest way to do it is get yourself a nice sharp knife. That's a steel. It does not take metal off of your knife. All that does is straighten the edge of your knife, because if you looked at that under a microscope or just a magnifying lens, you would notice that leading edge of that blade is mushroomed to and fro, back and forth, left and right, all the way down. And you run it on this, and that straightens all that out, and it makes your knife much sharper. And this is the other way to do it. Now you can just do it like that. And this is a much easier way for the novice to do it than the way I was doing it. Now you can take that. That's pretty heavy. So take that and make a nice steak out of it. Don't cut it all the way through. And there you go. Now you've got a very nice steak, okay? You can do that. And you can just do this all the way through. And try to not leave any of the meat on that fat, such as that. So don't be disappointed with yourself. It takes a little bit of practice. Once you practice a little bit, you can skin that fat cap with the silver skin off, just like that. Not leaving not wasting any meat at all. So just a little bit of practice. So here you see we've gotten some butterfly and then some just plain old sliced off, and then there's always some little pieces, and I use that to chop up and feed the little puppies. So that's kind of how that goes. Everybody gets a little bit. Once again, something like this, we just slide right underneath that fat cap. Now there's a double silver skin fat cap right here, and there's going to be some loss of meat because there's a thin another silver skin coming into the playing field here. But a little bit of practice, you'll figure it out. Get that all in, and then you can just cut it into steaks. You can butterfly it, small steaks, large steaks, anything you want. But when you cook pork like this, it's not like the old days. They don't have trichina anymore. These hogs are grown on cement. They never touch the dirt. So you don't have to worry about trichinosis. So what I found, and you can leave that whole, cover that with a little bit of olive oil, coconut oil, something like that, and then season it up however you like, salt, pepper, and rosemary, and slow roast that just like you would a prime rib. Bring it to 135 degrees internal temperature, and that is checked with a good thermometer. And then when you check it, you stick it in this end in the very center, and this checks right about that on this thermometer. Stick that in about that deep on the very center of the fattest end, 135 degrees. Now this is going to be, you can cut this off just like this, and that way you're going to have a more uniform roast. When you're done with it, you're not going to have something that's overcooked. And you know, if you've ever eaten pork roast or pork loin that's barbecued, smoked, on the grill, in the oven, whatever, and they've cooked it up to 165 degrees, you know it's like eating that. Okay, you don't want to do that. 135 degrees, bring it out and let it sit. Let it sit. And hopefully I'll be able to do another video to show you how to do that. I think I'll leave this one as a roast, and I'll show you how to do that.